Hey, what's going on, everyone? Going to do a second and also a third test on the attack rate, working or not working. I did a very stripped down, very simple test yesterday and was able to see at least a 5 billion increase on the Titan yesterday, right before the Titan first blast. I was able to kind of timestamp just roughly. Again, we're not getting into the decimal points, sorry guys, but I was able to get at least 5 billion more during the Titan's nuke. So it was a very, very stripped down version. And guys, let's just make sure that this is clear. These are generalized videos. There is a million ways we can test this, and unfortunately in these videos we only have a tiny chance at doing these or even doing them somewhat correct. The hopes is other players see these, they can go out and test this, they can see if my videos are right or wrong. If they're wrong, or even if they're right, make a video. You're more than welcome to come over to the channel. You are more than welcome to leave a comment. You are more than welcome to share your videos. I say this a lot in all of my videos, that I do read all of your comments and I do watch all of your videos. I have sat with other players and did their math, and I do get emails. I do get people hitting me on, or players hitting me on Discord, and I do take that type of time to talk with everybody. I really value everybody's opinions. I really do value you coming to this channel. And again, just remember, these are generalized videos. Can we prove it wrong? Can we prove it right? Do we see an increase? Do we not see an increase? And again, this leaves it open for everybody out there to do their ideas. And again, you only have a small chance at getting these right. Again, with Titan, you only get to do the Titan 2 times in the day. You only get one Legion boss to try to make these right, and I think I do a pretty good job at just getting raw information for anybody to take back. And if you're sitting in a forum and if you're just sitting there saying, oh, he's wrong or I'm right, and you have no proof, and you're spitting out a whole bunch of crazy numbers that you can't prove that are right, it doesn't make any sense. So again, I love the videos because we get a chance to get a visual. We get a chance to see how we can improve things. We get a chance how we can, if something's wrong, find a different direction to go around it. To do what? To get the highest points we can get. So don't take these quite so literal. Again, have the thoughts on how to make this better, and that's the purpose of these videos. I just want to make sure that's really clear. And yes, there's 100 different ways to do this. There's 1,000 different ways. So just take these videos and again, go test them yourselves and let me know your results. I'm always interested in what other players are doing and what are your tests and what are your ideas. So, but I think one of my other favorite ways of doing testing is with the Legion boss. And so if we're doing the main gun attack rate, does it work? I always start out with a base like 0 tech. That way we can just have a base. What I like about the Legion boss is you have 5 opportunities. So you can maybe do 2 no technologies, and then you can do 2 technologies to just get a tiny average. And again, you can play this game 100 different ways. You can play the Legion boss 100 different times and you will probably get 100 different scores. So if we see a major increase again, then we probably know that it works. If we see a major decrease, we probably know it's not working. If it's right in between, then it's a little subjective, and that's kind of how I do these videos, guys. So again, give me a tiny bit of a break. I can only do so much in a video. So, but right here, let's go ahead and just reset our technology, okay? And I'm going to take this a step further on this one. And what I mean by that is I'm going to show you guys my gym setups for these tests here, because we're just going after, does the attack rate work? And so we don't want a ton of stuff giving a bunch of value into other weapons and different things. So right here in my defense cabin, I have fighter HP straight across the board on purpose. And you know what? I'm just going to leave ground enemy gems all the way across right here. So if it's ground enemy, cool. If it's not, then there's no effect. So that way we have no opposition or plus to the attack rate. This is just plain Jane straight across the board, kind of a little bit like my test yesterday. It was just plain Jane. We'll use the spread shot with the Conqueror, and we'll just see if we can find a timestamp or a result that we can grasp onto just a little bit to see. Because anybody can sit again into a forum and spew out all of this want to be fancy discussions, and it does no good. If you can't prove any of your numbers and you're just sitting there saying I'm right and somebody else is wrong, that's not the right way to do this. So if anybody's doing that and you're seeing them in a forum doing that, ask them for their video proof. It's that easy. I've made this very clear to the whole entire wing fighter community. Show your video. I don't want to hear you talking about it, and I don't care about your fancy numbers. Prove it. And so here we go, guys. And yesterday I did do just the spread shot. That is the weakest of the weapon itself. And today we will be using the Vulcan cannon. I just call it the straight shot. That's just me, but it is the Vulcan cannon. And you guys can see the technology has been reset for this. There is 0 technology. So let's go do basically the Legion hunt. But this time we are going to super the weapon this time. And in my test yesterday we didn't. And so today we will super the main gun with this test. And again, guys, I understand, yeah, there's 100,000 different ways to do this, but again, we have to get some type of basis, and my videos are just generalized basis to how somebody else can go out and try these tests. And these are pretty good. They're pretty accurate, and they're pretty in everybody's face to what it is. And that's kind of what I'm proud about, is I do take a little bit of the time just to, you know, try to find the logic and the layman's terms way that we can do this. So right here, I'm gonna not do the missile, and I'm just gonna do the magnet. So all we have that we're testing again is the attack rate. So we will super the main gun only, and we will not enhance anything else, just so that we can get a good idea what's going on. I will not use the transformation in this video. We don't need a timestamp. We already have a timestamp with how the boss itself is going to transform into its different section. I will try to buff the shield to make this as fair as possible. Again, there's always 100 different little variables. There's 100 different ways that somebody can say you should have done it this way and that way. And yeah, I get it, guys. Again, just take this for what it's worth. And if you think you have a better way, please, by all means, go do it. And please send me the video. I'm okay with that. Okay, the Vulcan cannon straight shot, and I always call it the straight shot versus the spread shot, just to get a better visual of which one we are using by the terminology that I use, is why I say that, guys. So 24.8, I'm going to write that down. And then now let's do it one more time, just to get an average. There's always a player or players that say, oh, your first Legion boss is always going to be the lowest score. I started testing that to see if that's true, and I'm still kind of on the fence if that's a true statement. So let's go ahead and challenge this again, just so that we can get a tiny bit of more of an average than I did yesterday. But I'm glad I did the test the way I did yesterday with just the spread shot. It was stripped down. One player did say, hey, take off all your dodge gems, and I really appreciated that. But the cool part was we already had a timestamp of the first, what I call the nuclear blast from the Titan. So I think it still was a very successful run, just due to the fact we did have that timestamp, and it was, you know, just roughly about 5 billion more. And again, when you have everything stripped down, 5 billion is a lot. It really is. And then if you continue that later and later and later, that 5 billion is going to double, and then it's going to triple. And obviously it was working, but let's see if we can really hone in a different way and use the straight shot. And I was already on it, guys. I'm telling you, I was already on it. So let's go ahead and do this one more time just to give us an average with the Vulcan cannon straight shot. You guys can see I'm buffing the armor as much as I can. I don't care if I take a little bit of hit here. I'm trying to make this as fair as possible. This is actually a pretty good Legion boss because it's pretty straightforward. There's not too much to this. And this should give us a pretty dang accurate is the attack rate working. Again, especially by being able to do 2 and 2, we should get a pretty good average. And actually we should be able to get a third on the other one. So this is pretty dang straight up right here, guys. So 24.8 was our first run, and 24.6. That is pretty dang close to being identically ran with no technology. So that's a really good start to this one here. So what we're going to do is let's go to our technology, and you guys can see main gun attack rate. And I'm going to get out of there, and then I'm going to go back into it. And let's just see. Okay, so there's the attack rate just by itself, guys. And again, some players say log out and log back in, and I've never found that that made a difference. So just to answer that question, you should log out and log back in. And I've never had to do that with any of the tests. I have done it in some of my past videos, logging in, logging back out, and there was really no difference in doing that. It should be real time. When you make these changes, it should just change right there for you. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. Yes, I have tested that too, just to throw that out there, okay? So let's go back to the Legion hunt. So we had 2 decent runs, almost identical, 24.8 and 24.6. Now, one last time, I'm going to check this one last time, guys, okay? Attack rate is on. We will do the identical setup now with just the technology of the attack rate. And, oh, here we go, guys. We'll do the same thing. Magnet. Again, all we want is to know is the super working with the attack rate and the straight shot. And can we see if they have fixed this? Now I'm a little eager to see what happens here. And again, to everybody watching and playing, you know, again, these videos are just to give you guys ideas how to test, see if I'm right, see if I'm wrong, see if you're right, see if you're wrong. Again, if you're just sitting there not showing video proof and sitting as an example in a forum, or just sitting there saying I'm right and they're wrong, I mean, that's not the right way to do this. And so right here, guys, 27.1 with And again, this is really stripped down, very stripped down. But as of right now, just on this Legion boss, you know, that's 2 to 3 billion more. So, and give or take. But did we see an increase? Yes, we did. And you guys got to remember, we're talking billion. I mean, that's not a small number by any means. Is that a small number? So let's do this 2 more times. I got 2 more, so we can get a little average. We're trying to beat 24.8 and 24.6, and we did 27.1. Oh, I keep arming my super missile here. Sorry, guys. And there we go. But we'll do all 3 just to get that average. And I was already 1 step ahead. You know, I did the all-fighter ship comparisons, and, you know, so a lot of players, you know, just did not want to accept the fact of how that was working. I was contacted several times. I did a ton of math with players, and none of their math ever added up, and, you know, had to apologize. But the one thing is I don't know if a lot of players know, but I actually did back that up with a secondary video. And so if you see my first test, just know there's a good chance I'm gonna back it up with another test also. So, and today we will do, I'll take one for the team, and I'll use my Titan to do this same test with the Titan versus the spread shot. So 25.9 was this one. 27.1, 25.9 from 24.8 and 24.6. So is there an increase? I would have to say yes. There is an increase, guys. We do know that this is working. And again, when you guys are talking about billions, I've said it a few times now, that's not a small number. And we have a 3rd time to do this. So let's take advantage of it. You have a hard time going into those Discord forums and seeing some of those players spew out. I've done my testing, and under my calculations, you know, first thing I would ever say to any of them, you got a video of that? And I think that's keeping this a little bit more honest into the how I'm doing this. Yeah, I just got so tired of seeing everyone trying to be so smart and pop out all of these fancy numbers that they cannot prove is correct. I want to see your video. Okay, guys, so pretty consistent right here. So 27.1 was the first one with the super. 25.9 was the second, and guess what the 3rd one was? 27.0 from 24.8 and 24.6. So we can absolutely say that the attack rate is working. And I will do one more video just to do it with the Titan. Like I said, I'll take one for the team, and we'll do the straight shot. But this time in the Titan one, I'm going to try to timestamp it a little bit better by using the transformations. As soon as the transformation triggers, immediately, no matter when it triggers, we're going to hit it. And then we'll do the Titan a second time, and we'll try to use those timestamps to just give the final verification that the attack rate is working. So I do really appreciate all your comments again, guys. I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate all the ideas. It's been really fun just doing this, and I just can't thank everybody enough. The response is overwhelming. You know, again, I started these videos just to help out teammates originally, and I just didn't really expect for this to even come close to where it is. And I have to thank all of you for, you know, loving the game as much as I do, and, you know, trying to find the answers and trying to find the right answers, and figuring out how we can push each other to be better in the game, and how we can push the game makers to be better by possibly using these videos. So, again, if you're not having fun, you got to make this fun. And you know, that's my biggest thing to the game. Don't take anything personal. Don't take everything so serious. Don't hesitate to try something new and try your own experiments. Again, I'm always here. I love your comments. I do read them all for the last time, and I do watch your videos. So if you guys have videos and you have something crazy, or you know, you're getting something way different than I am, I mean, please send it to me. We can work together. We can, you know, try to maybe figure out what's going on and make better videos in the future, and you know, just press everybody to be better players, and more honest players at that, and have a little etiquette to the game. And as I say in all the videos, guys, just have fun.